You have come. You are listening. You are searching. I can feel your search. It is a deep thirst. You are thirsty for what? You call it peace. You call it silence. You call it happiness or bliss or truth or God. So many beautiful names for a simple, simple thing. You are searching for yourself. You are searching for that part of you that you have lost. Or rather, that part of you that you have forgotten and you have been searching for a long time, for many lives perhaps. You go to the marketplace. The world is a vast spiritual marketplace, and everyone is a salesman. Everyone is selling a key to the kingdom. The priests are selling their keys. The pundits are selling their keys. The gurus, the masters, the self-help books, the workshops. Everyone has a technique. Everyone has a doing. They say, practice this and you will find it. They say, concentrate on this and you will find it. They say, contemplate this and you will find it. They say, repeat this mantra 10,000 times a day and you will find it. They say, breathe in this way, pranayama, and you will find it. They say, sit in this posture, padmasana, and you will find it. And you, in your sincerity, in your innocence, in your deep longing, you have been doing. Oh, how you have been doing. You sit, closing your eyes, and you try to force the mind to be silent. And what happens? The mind, which was perhaps a little noisy before, suddenly becomes a madhouse. Thoughts you never even knew you had leap up. The more you try to push them down, the more they spring back, with more energy, with more vengeance. You are trying to concentrate on a candle flame, and you are thinking of everything but the candle flame. You are thinking of the argument you had yesterday. You are thinking of the bill you have to pay tomorrow. You are thinking, am I doing this right? Is this meditation? Why is his face so peaceful and mine is so troubled? You have become a battlefield. You are in a constant inner civil war. You are fighting with yourself. And in this fight, who is going to win? You are both sides. The fighter is the fought. This is the root of all schizophrenia. This is the root of all misery. You end up more tense, more anxious, more frustrated than when you began. You come to me and you say, Osho, I have been doing meditation for 20 years. I have followed all the instructions and nothing has happened. I am still the same angry, jealous, frightened person. Perhaps I am just not spiritual. My beloveds, you are not spiritual because you have been doing. You have missed the very first, the very simple, the very fundamental point. And I am here to share this simple point with you. Are you ready to listen? No. Are you really ready? Are you tired? Are you truly, deeply, existentially tired of all your doing? Are you tired of your own effort? Tired of trying to be silent? Tired of practicing peace? If you are not tired, if you still believe that you can do something, that your effort, your will, your ego can achieve silence, then I'm sorry I cannot help you. You will have to go back to the marketplace. You will have to try a few more techniques. You will have to fail a few more times. You will have to become a little more miserable. But if you are here and you are really tired, if you are ready to drop this whole game, then this message is for you. The message is so simple, the mind will want to reject it. The mind loves complexity. The mind is complexity. The mind feeds on problems. The mind thrives on doing. The mind will say, this is too simple. It cannot be true. The simple truth is this: meditation is not a doing at all. Meditation is a state of being. It is the state you are in when you are not doing anything at all, bodily, mentally, on no level, when all activity has simply ceased and you simply are, just being. That's what meditation is. Do you see? You cannot do it. You cannot practice it. How can you practice being? You are being. You are already here. Existence is already given. You don't practice breathing. You don't practice your heart beating. You don't practice the blood circulating in your veins. It is a happening. Being is a happening. Meditation is a happening. It is not an act. You have only to understand it. It is not a technique. It is an understanding. It is a deep, penetrating, existential insight. And what is that insight? It is the insight that all you're doing is the barrier, all your effort is the disturbance. Let us look at this doing. The transcript, the message I have given, it says, thinking is also doing. You think this is a small statement? It is a revolution. Your whole life is thinking. You believe you are your thoughts. You are constantly chewing the cud of the past, which is dead and gone, or you are projecting, fantasizing, worrying about the future, which is not yet born. This constant inner monologue, this traffic of thoughts, this is an activity, it is a doing, it is not meditation. So the philosophies that tell you to think good thoughts, that is not meditation. That is just changing the furniture in your prison cell. It is still a prison. Concentration is also doing. This is what all the so-called gurus teach. Concentrate. Concentration is a violence. It is an act of will. When you concentrate, you are forcing your mind, which is like a monkey, a butterfly, to sit on one point. It does not want to sit. Its nature is to move, so you force it, and the mind rebels. You create a division. You create a focus and an outside. You are constantly fighting the outside. A dog barks and your concentration is broken. You become angry at the dog. A child laughs and you are disturbed. You become angry at the child. A thought arises and you are disturbed. You become angry at your own mind. This is not peace. This is war. Concentration is tense. It is a state of contraction. Meditation is relaxation. It is a state of expansion. Contemplation is also doing. This is the higher way, they say. You are not just thinking, you are contemplating. Contemplating what? Truth, beauty, God, love. These are beautiful words, but contemplation is still thinking. It is a refined thinking, a philosophical thinking, a theological thinking, but it is still the mind moving. It is a golden cage, but it is still a cage. You are still active, you are still doing. So, I am taking away all your doings. I am taking away your thinking. I am taking away your concentration. I am taking away your contemplation. What is left? You will feel a little afraid. Osho, if I am not doing any of these, I will be empty. I will be lost. You are lost because of all this doing. You are miserable because of all this doing. You are afraid of the emptiness. But that emptiness is what you are seeking. That emptiness is the door. That emptiness is the silence. If even for a single moment you are not doing anything, I am not asking for hours. The gurus say sit for 3 hours a day. That is a doing, and it is a torture. I am asking just for a single moment, and you are just at your center. Where is this center? It is not in your head. Your head is the periphery, the cyclone. It is deep within you. It is the place from which you watch. Utterly relaxed, not a forced relaxation, not the doing of a relaxation technique, just a dropping all effort, dropping all tension. There is nowhere to go. There is nothing to achieve. There is nothing to become. You are already that which you are seeking in that moment. That is meditation. It is a taste of what it means to just be. I want you to tell me right now, in this moment, I want you to share, what is the doing that you are most afraid to let go of? Is it the doing of being knowledgeable, the doing of being busy and important, the doing of being a good person, the doing of being a spiritual seeker? This last one is the most cunning trap, the doing of seeking. Be honest. What doing defines you? Write it in the comments. The moment you write it, the moment you see it, you have already created a distance. You have become the watcher of that doing. And that is the beginning of freedom. This is a pathless path. This is the knack. And once you have got the knack of it, I love this word, knack. It is not a science, it is not a skill, it is not an art, it is a knack, like balancing on a bicycle. You try, you do this, you do that, you fall, you get frustrated, and you ask someone, how do you do it? And they say, you just balance. It is a useless answer. But how? There is no how. You cannot explain it. Then one day, perhaps you are just tired of trying. You are not doing anything. You are just sitting on the bicycle, relaxed. And suddenly, click, it happens. You are balancing. You don't know how it happened. It just happened. You got the knack. Meditation is like that. It is a happening. You cannot make it happen. You can only allow it to happen. You allow it to happen by dropping all the doing that prevents it from happening. And once you have got this knack, you can remain in that state as long as you want. At first, it is just for a single moment, a gap between two thoughts, a moment of utter relaxation. But that moment, that single moment, is so nourishing, so fulfilling, so real that you will want to come back to it again and again, not as a doing, but as a remembering. And those moments will start to grow. They will become seconds, then minutes. You will be washing the dishes and suddenly you are just being, the doer is gone. You will be walking in the street and suddenly the watcher is there. And you can remain in that state, finally, 24 hours. This will shock the mind. 24 hours? Osho, that is impossible. That is death. If I am not doing for 24 hours, how will I live? How will I work? How will I eat? Who will pay the bills? This is the great, the ancient, the fundamental misunderstanding. This is the lie that the old life-negative religions have been teaching you. They told you that to be spiritual, you must be against life. You must renounce the world. You must escape. You must go to a monastery, to a cave in the Himalayas. You must leave your wife, your children, your job. You must become a sadhu, a monk, a nun, someone who is not in the world. They made meditation against action. This is all nonsense, utterly. My way is not a way of escape. Meditation is not against action. It is not that you have to escape from life. Life is not the problem. Your way of living is the problem. Your way of doing is the problem. Your identification with the doer is the problem. It simply teaches you a new way of life, a new way of acting, a new way of being in the world. A way where you are in the world, but the world is not in you. This has two parts. The transcript, the message, it is very clear. First, learning how just to be. This is what we have been talking about. This is the laboratory. You find moments just to be You sit by the ocean, you look at the stars, you lie in your bed before sleep, you just drop all doing, and you touch that inner center, you get the knack. This is the first part. But if you stay there, you are only half. You will become a beautiful, silent statue. Life is not a statue, life is a dance. And then learning little actions. This is the second part of meditation. This is the real meditation. This is bringing the silence, bringing the being from the laboratory into the marketplace. Once you have become aware of the way of how being can remain undisturbed, then slowly you can start doing things. You start slowly, keeping alert that being is not stirred. This is the key. The alertness, the watchfulness. You start with little actions. What are little actions? Cleaning the floor. This is a beautiful example. The old way. You are doing the cleaning. You are the doer, and the doer is miserable. Why do I always have to clean the floor? The children made it dirty again. I hate this. When will it be finished so I can relax? You are lost in your thoughts, your judgments, your misery. The action of cleaning is creating tension. The new way, the way of the watcher, you are keeping yourself centered. Your being is not stirred. The hands are moving, the cloth is moving, the body is cleaning, the floor is getting clean, but you, your real self, your consciousness, you are just watching. You are watching the hands move. You are watching the dust being collected. You are watching the thought arise. I hate this. And you just watch the thought. You don't become it. You let it come. You let it go. You are watching the feeling of resentment arise, and you just watch it, and you will be amazed. The thought passes, the feeling dissolves, the action continues gracefully, silently, and you are utterly relaxed, utterly silent at the center. The doing is happening, but the doer is absent, and suddenly, cleaning the floor is a samadhi. It is a sacred act. It is a joy. Another example, taking a shower. The old way, you are in the shower, but you are not there. You are in the office, already in your meeting. You are in the argument you had last night, replaying the words. You are doing 1,000 things except taking a shower. Your body is being washed, but your mind is getting dirtier. The new way, keeping yourself centered. You are just there. You feel the warm water on your skin. You smell the soap. You hear the sound of the water falling. You are just a watcher, witnessing this beautiful, simple, sensual moment. Your body is being cleaned, and your mind is also being cleaned. You step out of the shower fresh, not just in body, but in consciousness. This is meditation. If this profoundly simple understanding is touching you, if you feel a little yes happening in your heart, I want you to share this right now. Think of one person, just one, who you know is trying so hard, who is lost in the misery of doing, who is practicing meditation and getting more and more frustrated. Share this video with them. It may be the key. It may be the permission they need to just stop, to just be, and click that like button. Let it not be a mechanical doing. Let it be a yes from your being, a yes to simplicity, a yes to relaxation, a yes to yourself. Once you know how to do little actions, then you can do complicated things. You can be in the midst of the marketplace. You can be in a heated argument and remain centered. You can watch your own anger arise as if you are watching a fire on a screen. You are not it. You can listen to the other person, really listen, without the doing of preparing your defense. You will be amazed. The whole quality of your relationships will change. You can be at your job, doing complex tasks. For example, I am speaking to you, but my meditation is not disturbed. This is a complicated thing. Words are coming, thoughts are being formed, the body is gesturing, but I am not the speaker. I am just the watcher. I can go on speaking, but at my very center there is not even a ripple. It is just silent, utterly silent. The speaking is happening on the periphery. The silence is at the center. This is not a miracle. This is not some superhuman state. This is your nature. This is what you have been all along. You have just forgotten. You have been living on the periphery in the noise for so long. You have forgotten the way back home. And home is this silent center. This is the great secret. You become the center of a cyclone. Life is a cyclone. It is a whirlwind. It is chaos. It is energy. It is relationships, problems, ecstasies, agonies. Do not try to stop the cyclone. You cannot. And why would you? The cyclone is beautiful. It is life. The old religions told you, run away from the cyclone. I tell you, move to the center. In the very eye of a cyclone, there is a point of absolute stillness. The wind is raging at 200 miles per hour. Trees are flying, houses are being torn apart, but in that single central point, there is not even a breeze. A bird can sit there undisturbed. You become that center. Your life goes on. It does not stop. It goes on really more intensely. This is the miracle. When you are not wasting 99% of your energy in fighting yourself, in the doing of worry and fear and anger and greed, all that energy is released. It is released for what? With more joy. You become joyful for no reason at all. Joy becomes your very nature. With more clarity, more vision, you see things as they are. The fog of your doing is gone. More creativity. Whatever you do, whether it is painting or cooking or coding or raising a child, it becomes a creative act. It flows from your silent center. Life becomes more intense. Yet you are aloof. This is the paradox. You are totally involved, yet utterly detached. You are in the world, but not of it. Just a watcher on the hills, simply seeing all that is happening around you. This is the whole secret. It is stated so clearly. You are not the doer, you are the watcher. This is the whole secret of meditation. If you forget everything else I have said, just remember this. You are not the doer, you are the watcher. The doer is the ego. The doer is the source of all misery. Why? Because the doer is attached to the result. Will I succeed? Will I fail? What will people think of me? Did I do it right? The doer lives in the past. I should have. And the future, I must. The doer is always in anxiety. The watcher is just the watcher. The watcher is not concerned with results. The watcher is not judging, this is good, this is bad. The watcher is simply a mirror. It reflects what is. In that simple, non-judgmental watching, all the knots dissolve, all the misery disappears, because the root of the misery, the doer, is no longer being fed. Doing continues on its own level, there is no problem. The body still needs to act, chopping wood, drawing water from the well. These are beautiful ancient metaphors. You can do all small and big things. You can chop wood, you can draw water, you can write a symphony, you can discover a new particle, you can run a country. It does not matter what you do. What matters is from where you do it. Are you doing it from the periphery, from the doer, from the tense, anxious ego, or is the doing flowing through you from the silent, watchful center? There is only one rule in this whole game. The old religions gave you 10, they gave you thousands. Do this, don't do that. All doings, I am taking all those away. I give you only a being, a single remembrance. Only one thing is not allowed. And what is that? Your centering should not be lost. That is the only sin, if you want to use that word, losing your centering, forgetting the watcher, identifying with the doer, becoming lost in the cyclone instead of being the center. That awareness, that watchfulness should remain absolutely unclouded, undisturbed. This is your only work. This is your only sadhana, not doing anything but remembering the watcher, and you will forget. I must tell you this, you will forget thousands of times a day. The old habits are very, very strong. You will be driving in traffic, someone will cut you off, and bam, you are no longer the watcher. You are the doer. You are the anger. You are honking the horn. You are shouting. You are lost. You will be in a meeting. Someone will criticize your work, and bam, you are lost. You are the defense. You are the hurt. You are the ego. What to do when you remember, oh, I was lost. I was not the watcher. The old habit, the old doing is to feel guilty. I failed. I am not a good meditator. Osho would be so disappointed. This is the ego's trick again. Guilt is a doing. Judgment is a doing. It is the doer condemning the doer. It is just more noise. The moment you realize, I was lost. In that very moment, you are back. The watcher has returned. The very realization, I was lost, is the watcher. So, what to do? Do nothing. Do not condemn yourself. Do not judge. Just have a good laugh. Ah, that old mechanism, that old doer, how tricky he is. And gently, lovingly, without any violence, you come back. You come back to the center. You come back to the watcher. If you fall 100 times, you get up 100 times. This is not a failure. This is the only way. Gently, lovingly, remembering and forgetting, and remembering again. Slowly, the periods of remembering will become longer. The periods of forgetting will become shorter until one day, the forgetting stops. The watcher is established. 24 hours, you are home. Meditation is a very simple phenomenon. It is the simplest thing in the world. Why? Because it is not an achievement. It is your nature. It is what you are. All the effort, all the strain is in not being yourself. All the doing is in being the doer. All the tension is in being the ego. That is exhausting. Meditation is rest, a deep, deep rest, a rest even in the middle of action. A rest at the center of the cyclone. This is my whole message. This is the simple, simple secret. Stop doing. Stop practicing. Stop trying. Just be. Find the knack. Find the watcher. And from that silent, watchful, relaxed center, let life flow. Let action happen. This is joy. this is freedom, this is meditation, if this silence, if this simplicity has resonated with you, if you are tired of the noise, if you are ready to come home, then I invite you, subscribe to this channel, not to follow me. There is no one to follow, but to receive these reminders, these small bells to wake you up when you have fallen asleep again into the dream of doing. Ring that bell so you do not miss these reminders. This journey is one of remembering, and we can remind each other. You are the watcher, and in that is all